Hola, amigos. I was on the conference the whole weekend, therefore I did not find the time to record a video for you the weekend. That's why I decided to do it today, quickly before I jump off to work. A bit sad right now, just had to say goodbye to Javi and Dulce, kind of my predecessors here in Nicaragua, who made me feel really welcome, made me feel like home here. And big shout out to those two. Wherever you go, wherever you are, there's always going to be some space for you right here. And yes, how was my fourth week here in Nicaragua? Already fourth week, so wow, I'm for 1 month here already. Yeah, incredibly amazing. The conference, my first conference experience here in Nicaragua. It was beautiful, facilitated a lot of workshops, and found out that the Nicaraguan people are particularly interested in learning German fowl language. So between the functional stuff that I educated them in, I always found some time to educate them in German fowl language, which is very nice to see how excited some of them were about that. I loved the interaction I had with my network. I used a lot of space to co-create ideas, co-create things. Absolutely amazing. We had a lot of good feedback. The chair from from Argentina, he said our team is weird and interesting, which I personally take as a huge compliment because I guess it kind of characterizes me and my team a lot. And yes, I really need to focus on following up all these things that I worked on at the conference to not lose the kind of energy that I have right now and that the whole network has right now. Yes, so couple thoughts I have in my head. I'm amazed how ambitious and hardworking people are here in Nicaragua still. Is really crazy. Like I was for some workshops and things, I was like having ideas in mind. What's like the minimum that I would want them to set as expectations towards themselves, and I was prepared to raise the bar a bit if they set their expectations too low. But actually, I was more like doing it the other way around because the expectations they have for themselves is so high that it's. I was more like, guys, like even if you just do a bit less, you're still amazing. Like you're still doing great. Like you don't have to set 120% as your standard. So that was really interesting. I'm gonna see how it evolves. Like after the conference, if the energy level is going to be that high forever, that will be amazing. And yes, very curious, of course, about the next year, how everything is going to look like, how everything is going to evolve. It's my first management position. I'm not really sure what to expect, and I'm really, really curious what's going to happen in the upcoming months. And still sometimes wonder how I'm supposed to survive the traffic. But I always remind myself of all the other people here who are just traveling the same way in the same traffic. Most of them are still alive. So I just assume that it's going to be the same for me. Yes, one thing that I also realized here is when I was in a shopping center and saw some Apple products and realized that they are more expensive here than in Germany and the UK. It's really interesting living here in Managua, which is basically the center of Nicaragua, where the richest people of Nicaragua basically live, kind of, and then being in this shopping mall, which is like the biggest shopping mall in Managua, therefore in Nicaragua, where basically the richest people of Managua live or go to buy stuff. So basically, it's really interesting to remind yourself of the kind of bubble that you're interacting with here. Like often when I'm walking around, I'm basically surrounding myself with the very, very few percent of the richest and most wealthy people here in Nicaragua. That is something that I need to remind myself of a bit more. It's not the average. And yes, right now I feel I might you might realize I feel really excited and empowered to start my term and to make things happen here. A bit nervous now that I have to take over the full responsibility. Flies everywhere. Now that Javi is gone and I'm going to be officially the person who's responsible for all the shit. And yes, especially the fact that I do not speak Spanish yet will make some things a bit challenging. But since I have my network here and I do trust the people 100%, I do not think that's going to be a problem. I will find my way. We will find our way. And yes, I'm really, really happy and I'm empowered by the feedback we got from the audience at the conference. So many positive things, so many positive feedbacks, absolutely amazing and beautiful, and definitely improved my confidence and my facilitation skills, and my skills in general. That was amazing. I definitely improved my Spanish listening skills during the conference, since basically everything was in Spanish, and I was always like listening, like, still don't get the whole thing, but I would say that now I'm at the point where I usually get the big picture of the conversation. So even though I don't get the whole conversation, I kind of know at any given point where people are talking about, what people are talking about, and kind of how the whole big picture is flowing and evolving. Yes, and that was also very interesting, having workshops and working with an audience that partly doesn't understand me speaking English. So like finding your ways and dynamics to make people sum up what I said and kind of give them a learning and imply the whole translation in those kind of debriefing style. So that was very interesting, very cool. And yes, definitely have to follow up on everything that I worked on. Follow up on taking a bit more ownership, like I said last week already, and I think the week before, on doing stuff on my own. Need to go out and socialize a bit more. I know that right now that is a bit too short. It's kind of very very intense living in the ISEC bubble and not really outside. Um, so yeah, very excited what the next week is going to bring, and happy to keep you guys posted. Have another awesome day.